Good afternoon. My name is Scott Mason. Welcome to TradeAlyticsLive.com on Monday, August 27th. Today we're going to look at the S&P and a couple code reds, one of which was on Friday that didn't quite trigger, but it did gap up above the trigger today. So I held some over the weekend and then added some more to my position today, and it worked out just fine. But first, let's talk about the S&P 500. You can see back in June, we're in this just really long, extended channel. And that channel is coming right up to an inside rising channel, which is this area right here. And it was broken a few days ago, and it came right back and tested the support of 140.35. Once it hit the 140.35, it bounced right back up. So it looks to me like we're going to be in a 20-point range on the S&P until further notice, until we close above the 142.25, or we close below this area right here, which is now 140.35. So these are areas where you can buy and sell as it's channeling, buying against support down here, selling against resistance up here, and you could do it over and over and over again until we get a breach of one of those directions. Now, in this market, August is typically a month where it's more challenging. It's a little more difficult. So you have to take cash flow trades. You have to identify setups, look for those relative strength plays, and book your money early in the morning, and just kind of watch things as they pan out going into the close to see how they close for the next trading day. So if we're looking at the code red that we got out on Friday, which is First Solar, you can see how it's wedging up here nicely. We talked about it on the prior tape, but I held a little bit over the weekend. It gapped up above that 25.25 area, added some more, showed some really good relative strength in the morning, and we took a trade right into 26, about 75% of the position, booked a profit. Now we're going to see where it closes. I think longer term for the swing traders, the target area is still intact, right around $30. So it looks like about a 10% run, but it may take some time. It may take 3 to 5, maybe 10 days. I don't know. It just depends on when this market's going to wake up and find a true direction. So keep your eye on the First Solar for a longer-term trade. You can use that support as 25 as a stop. Let's look at the other one today that we got out, DVA, which is DVA. Kind of a rising channel, looks just like the S&P, but if you draw a trend line right here, it actually is a symmetrical triangle, aka a wedge, a bullish wedge. So bought some above 97.17. We were going to add more above 98, but it didn't quite get there. It was like 2 cents away. So booked a small profit. It still looks really good longer term. Keeping a stop at 97 on this one, raising the stop up to 97 instead of 96.15 because it did break out and volume did pick up. So I suspect it's going to stay above that 97.17, and longer term it should start to work its way right back up to the top end of this rising channel, which is an area where you want to start booking some profits, especially in this market. Take some micro trades on the way up, on the way down, but the longer-term swing trader, you definitely want to book some profits into that resistance. Another one I want to talk about is EXPE.mov. It didn't trigger today, but I want to show you a few things that I like about this daily chart pattern. Is that back here we had a gap up on earnings on July 26th. It gapped up. It went up for 5 or 6 days in a row, and then came all the way back down to retest this breakout of $50.60. Now, once it hit there, it reversed. It was a good reversal day. Big volume came in, and that was an area to go long against, is at 50.60. Looking for a buy trigger above 53.78. Long-term target for swing traders is 58.65. But two things you can do as it's channeling here. It hasn't triggered yet, but what you can do is start buying some shares against 50.50 with a tight stop, taking some trades into that resistance, and then buying it back once it breaks above that resistance on big volume. So keep that one on the radar. DVA is still working. First Solar is still working. Give it time. I think it's going to pan out. And stay tuned for tomorrow's Code Red plays, and have a great day. Thank you very much.